Hello ladies and gentlemen, I'm the Serious Strategy Game and we are returning to Humankind, where we do have one of the craziest constellations that I have ever seen. We've got these districts here that do generate, I think 1,600, can we actually get an eye on that? I think around 1,600 signs on this district here alone. So it's crazy just how fast we are researching. That does lead to some awkward situations where we basically have knights and nuclear submarines, so I guess that's a thing. And along with that ironclad, so I think it's a very interesting nuclear vibe that we've got over here. I am going to turn it over to the next turn, but before we do that I did take a look here at the situation and I wanted to do a couple of things first. One of them is in Edgeworth. Now Edgeworth is our military city on the east coast and I think it does fairly well, but I do think it could generate a little bit more food and generate that food, and it would get pushed out to all of the other ones because we have Machu Picchu, and that does give some food to further cities. I think up here is a nice situation, so we are going to build a nice triangle here of food districts. That I think should be a fairly nice idea. We're going to push that here to the front of the Cree, and that should be okay with the makers quarters there too, and that is nice. In Cliff City, likewise, I did want to make some changes here. One of them is we do want to have a science sector right down here next to one of our public schools. That could be pretty nice. And then I did want in Cliff City, it's basically exploiting all of these river tiles here, right? One of the tiles that isn't exploited are these up here, and I wanted to get a hamlet somewhere over here. We can place it pretty much anywhere in these three areas. It would pretty much do the same, but you know what? I do like this situation here because it's like sort of this bridge over the river thing. I think a nice little village here does make some sense. So let's put that in there too. We're going to prioritize that a little bit in front of, I think the nuclear plant can stay, but we're going to prioritize it over the hydroelectric dam. That's it for Cliff City. In Overhill, I wanted to show you too that I did want to produce excuse me, a couple of things here. And one of them is we have these two public schools, right, up over here and down here. Each of these generate 1,600 signs, and that's basically our population here times 20 or so. So every population is hugely valuable. So I think it would make sense to get a little bit more food. Now we are generating a lot of that, but more can't hurt. So let's actually build yet another food district up there. That should give a couple of adjacency bonuses. That should be okay then. And then I did want to build a hamlet, likewise up here on this river. That should exploit all of these tiles, and I think that is a good idea. Right, I guess we can place it either there or here. You know what, let's place it down here and connect all of that up, and that should be okay-ish. All of these things should be produced relatively quickly. And you know what, ultimately I do want to have a lot more industrial zones up here. So let's do create that up at least and get it going as soon as possible. Right, that is that. And then we've got Paris, which is this city up here. You know what, I actually want to recall that. So let's call it Newport, because it's in the new world, and we are going to build some ports here for sure. So I think that is great. Now up over here we do want a lot more industrial zones to make sure that we are exploiting pretty much all of the terrain that we can. Let's build another one there, and that I think is okay-ish. Right, we're going to finish the manufacture. It's not going to give us a lot of benefits right now, but that should be fine over time. Right, North Cape, you guys are still fine. That's cool then. And I guess what we want to do is, I was considering whether we do want to build a city down here, but I think Newport is just going to cover the entire coast here. So we're going to actually attach this terrain here. Ooh, that does give us another star. That is lovely. And then we do have this area down here too for expansion. And you know what? We are going to build a mine here. Quote unquote, a horse ranch on this terrain there, so that we're going to get that. That's fine. And ultimately, of course, we do also want an exploitation of this resource. Can't we build that for now? We probably can't build it because there's a fight going on over there. So yeah, I suppose that's fine. Speaking of this fight, we are in a little bit of a pickle here. But we'll need to see whether we can get out of that, because there's only one weak unit, which I suppose is going to suicide itself on us. We can't really see it now, but there's one there. Yeah, it is suiciding. We are researching a lot of things. But unfortunately, No, I did see someone coming in here, so yeah, we did want to get out of there as soon as possible. So what have we researched? We've got aeronautics and combustion engines, so we're doing 2 researches at the same time. That's so fantastic. We now have flight and torpedo boats. None of these are very important. We're currently trying mostly to get to aluminium, because that is going to give us a lot of benefits here and things that we can build. Now, the thing is, we could do a lot of things, but I did think it would be fun to try to keep this theme going and have these medieval knights and great swordsmen, halberdiers, that sort of medieval vibe, with this modern society and fighter planes and bombers and so on. So that's going to be difficult to keep up though, because the enemy will have strong units like that. So one of the things that I think we could do is go all the way over here to exosuits. And these guys are going to give us +8 combat strength. That is a lot. And land combat movement. So we would have knights with with exosuits. And I really dig that idea. It's actually going to be fairly quick. It's only going to be 2 turns from there. We do need composite armor for 2 turns. And the continuous track, which we can research immediately. So it's not going to take that long. There's only one thing I want to grab first, and that is supply lines, because that does give us grain silos, which will give us a little bit more food and some other benefits here and there. So let's do that. I do like the idea of these elephants here with gunners. So you know what? We're going to grab that too, because I think it's going to be extremely quick. We're going to grab nationhood on the way here for the Nature's Reserve. Then we don't need anything else and immediately go into the exosuite from there. That's 7 technologies, but that's going to be fairly quick actually, I think. Right, that being said, let's take a look at our armies. Now, you guys up here, I suppose you can get down here. Yeah, you know what? You did actually lose that 1 unit. That's unfortunate, but not much can be done about it. Right, you guys are claiming this terrain over here, which I think is going to be great. Now, Cusco, you don't necessarily like us. Do we need your terrain? There's a little bit of salt here. That's not that important. Horses are kind of okay, but again, not the most critical bit. So you guys can actually move back towards the west over here. Citadel. Let's see where we attach that. I want to take a moment. You guys can be attached though, so let's do that. And this silver is going to be great. Science on research quarters. Remember, that does, I think, boost all of the other things too. So yeah, we for sure want to get that. And we for sure want to get the coal, because that also does generate a lot of benefits. And the oil well, I didn't want the oil well first. Yeah, well, we can go for the oil well, I suppose. That's not that critical, but let's do create up anyway. Coal plant can go to the back here, manufactory too. The industrial zones are a little bit more useful, I think, for now. We are building one up here, right? So we could build another one down here for more adjacency bonuses even. And let's try to build them quickly. You know what? I'm actually going to buy one of these. I'm going to buy 2 of these to get more production going and hopefully get all of these strategic resources next turn. That's going to be great, especially for the silver. Right, that's perfect. Newport, what are you doing now? You have built that industrial zone there. Can we build more? Yeah, we can. So basically we want to plaster all of this down here in industrial zones. So that we can get a lot of stuff to be exploited there. You're building the horse ranch, 2 horse ranches. I guess we can quickly create them in. It's going to give you a lot more food. So I suppose that's a good idea. Right, we ultimately do want this area down here for the nuclear stuff and the papyrus, which again is going to give us more science. And some ebony, which is also nice. But our army does need to be a little bit stronger down here, so I suppose you guys do need to be upgraded too. You guys are as upgraded as you come, so that's okay-ish, I suppose. Yeah, and you're going to build just lots and lots of industrial zones. You're building one there, that's fine too. And then we're going to try to expand down there. And let's try to prioritize at least one of these so that we can queue them up later on. Come on, there we go. Fantastic. Good, 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 good. I like it. What else? Idle armies. You guys up here, yeah, you've just made the crossing. We can explore a little bit more of the territory here of these black guys, who actually do allow us to move through their territory, which I think is fantastically nice of them, because I do want to find out what's going on here. Interesting. Right, what else? We've got this frigate now. I think you were supposed to explore back to here, see whether there's any resource, any area that we want to grab. But for now, it doesn't look like that. You guys can take a skirmish here along this coast. And you guys,
will this independent people be an ally or an enemy? A barrier or a blessing?
Yet another independent territory here, the Malays. Malayas? I don't know. Right, you guys have explored pretty much everything over here. I suppose you could come back along this coast here, right? Yeah, well, let's just send you up that way. And that's fine. Good. And the turn? Ooh. Supply lines researched. Aerial warfare researched. Again, 2 technologies in 2 turns. Aha! We know now that this forest here is sort of a unique landmark. I don't think that does anything. It's just sort of an interesting stuff. We're selling some gold to you. That's alright. You don't have anything more to sell to us. Yeah, but I think there's no benefit in the Kark Louvre. Right, that's fine. It's a lot of industry though. Is that specifically more industry than we would see on other woodlands? Woodland is 2 there. Forest is the 3 here. Is that a forest? Yeah, no, it seems to be the same. Only this part here with huge trees. Oh, I see. That's a benefit there. Nice. Okay, good, good, good. Right, yeah, let's do check Newport. Can we build more industrial zones? Ultimately, we might want to get down here to these large forests. Can't see any big benefit for now. This is still being constructed. Yeah, but I suppose over here and over here would be good industrial zones. And then, honestly, we do need to build one here. So many adjacency bonuses. And as long as that is supported by the growth there. Kranzberg, ooh yeah, you guys are a little bit weird because you're lacking so much infrastructure. And then again, I don't think you have that many good things that are going for you here. You do have a lot of farmers at this point, so you might actually want to consider building, for example, the grain silos. And I suppose the whale fishing. Let's go for it. Some money on the harbour. We do have a lot of traders too, so let's actually start to go for some money stuff here. I think that's going to be alright. Good. What other idle city? West Point. Oh, nice. Oh, you did build us a nuclear sub. Perfect, I like it. Good. What do we need here in terms of sectors? Well, we can build the oil, that's for sure. Let's grab that. And we do have flight, so let's actually do take a look at the aluminium reserves that we've got. Did we have... Oh, we have one over here in Overhill. Let's get that and let's make that a relatively high priority. You're also building that hamlet. I think I would like you to build more industry down here too. That would be a good spot there. Good spot here. If we're connecting all of this up, that should give us huge bonuses, shouldn't it? Yeah, let's basically cover all of that in industry. And the aluminium as second, that's okay. Edgeworth, you are doing things, but you do need the oil too, so let's build up the oil. We don't have that much aluminium. Only one? Well, you can build it too. Oh no, that's absorb. Okay, that's attached. I was worried there for a second. Yeah, you might need a little bit more industry up here too. 38, that doesn't look too bad, does it? Lots of adjacencies. To me that is actually the... sometimes this interface really, it just doesn't want you to do what I want. Okay, yeah, let's do build it. More industry, always better. Right, idle armies. Let's do move up our armies and then look at them again. Right, you guys. There's a lot of enemies down here. I am starting to be a little bit worried about that. Let's do bring you guys forward towards over here. Three guys, that's not that great. And they do have some knights here, so you know what, actually I don't like to do that, but let's heal them, these guys up with money. Right, and being up here is gonna be okay, so on that little hill. It's gonna be beneficial. We're gonna wait here. You guys do move forward. That's gonna be alright. You guys likewise move forward. Ooh, there's a bay over there. Lovely. Can we move up here? No, but up here. Lots of industrial stuff here, but not much that we can use. Right. Again, sail forward with you. And here's our nuclear submarine. I really dig that. Yeah, let's take a look around. Does look very nice, and it can travel so far. Notably, we can't upgrade these guys here to submarines though, so I guess we can't take the crew and reschool them. I think we can still build steam-driven frigates though, even though we have nuclear fusion, actually. Well, so how are you guys? You're ready, you're peaceful, but it would be difficult to retreat from here, but I suppose nevertheless we do need to keep a look on these guys. Try to find out what they are on about. But that's going to be okay, right. We are building siege cannons for the Gunjal. Right, let's end the turn. Population gain, always lovely. Nationhood research and siege cannons and an error star. It's probably going to be for research, isn't it? So we have all of the ones for the builders. No, it's not for research yet. But it is for expansionist territories. Huh. Right. Idle City. West Point. You've just finished your oil well. That's fine, I suppose. Now, are we gonna build a nature reserve somewhere? What does that give us? It only gives us the specific tile that you are on, right? We can also think about building an airport, which I think allows you to rapidly redeploy units, or an aerodrome. And I think an aerodrome might not be the worst thing to build, because that would allow us to extend our power somehow over the sea. And honestly, I think that is going to be kind of relevant. So let's build an aeroport. And we don't need a conscription center. I think a nuclear plant is going to be useful over time. We do have some farmers now, so some grain silos might be useful. And honestly, whale fishing. Seafood wholesalers, honestly, they're not that useful. Trade. We're not generating that much money, I think, from trade. So maybe some more industrial zones. It's always kind of useful, just isn't it? Over there, 38. Down here, we would be losing 90, so that's a no. 34. You know what? Let's build two of here. Two of them down here. I think that's going to be kind of nice. And they should actually be pretty much in the front here. Right, there we go. What else? Ooh, children's rights. So we can go for more researcher slot on cities or outposts, or worker slot per maker quarter, per research quarter. That would be kind of lovely, but we don't really have the influence. We do need to kind of look at our influence settings. Ooh, and there's a battle. So you guys are actually attacking us. Well, well, well. Let's try to get some reinforcements in. Because these guys are considered a lot stronger. Yeah, that's only going to be next turn, isn't it? Ha. Well, we're going to see. Right, you, why don't you go travel there, and then we're going to send you around like that. The knights, can you move around? Yeah, you can. And then you can go on that river, start to explore a little bit more. Speaking of exploration, you guys are going to move there. Nuclear submarine, let's do move over here. I want to find out a little bit what's going on there. And you guys, again, gonna sort of hug the coast, explore their cities.
A new independent people. And who are they?
I don't see much about these people though.
They are helpful, helpless, or history.
I don't get much intel there. Right, so what about this battle? They are the Congo, aren't they? What have they got? They've got 3 knights, but they've also got enormous amounts of reinforcements. I think what we're actually going to do is we're going to retreat. Then we are going to try to make sure that we've got all of these guys together. You guys need to be upgraded. You guys are retreating pretty far there. Newport, you've got walls, yeah. That's fine then. You don't have a lot of these other things. I do like the idea of a little bit more influence down here. And I would like the idea of getting a lot of adjacency bonuses on these things. So we should potentially go for the coal plant at some point. Everything else kind of seems a little bit redundant for now. Well, we do have this terrain down here. We probably want to build a hamlet somewhere over here sometime. I've got a lot of dudes there. I dislike that. You know what, Newport? Can you build an airport? Obviously you can, and I think that might be useful to ferry some troops in to get rid of the Congo. Where would we be placing that? It would make sense to place that somewhat adjacent to some luxury resources, of which we don't have many. Pretty much only down here would be some luxury resources. So maybe over here? But I think it needs to be adjacent to something. Okay, it can't be adjacent to an enemy, I guess? That's a really weird placement. Limitation. Where do we want to place it then? This is an airport, so not anything that generates lot. You know what, let's place it here. Why not? I don't care. Right, that is going to be there. That's going to be alright. Going to take some time to get there, but I suppose that's okay. Right, so speaking of, yeah, you know what, this is going to be okay there. And over here too, and again, more adjacency bonuses. More adjacency bonuses for more industry, always a good thing. Good, let's do it like this. Right, that's fine. How's North Cape looking? Okay-ish, I suppose. A little bit more industry. That is going to cost us some food there. We can expand into this area down here. It's going to be at least a little bit. Well, we do have this area up here, don't we? Why don't we try to exploit that a little bit better? I think a hamlet down here might make some sense, right? Yeah, look at that, 46. That's going to be huge. Ooh, and we can get the silver in a factory. We should definitely do that immediately. Right, let's build it up. Yeah, sure. Obviously. That actually has absolutely high priority. That's going to be super nice. Good. I like it. Right, and turn. Continuous track. New wonder can be claimed. And these guys are coming back to battle us. Why don't we get some reinforcements here? You. Can't you battle? Not getting reinforcements. Okay, yeah, but we are going to do a manual battle here. That deployment looks fine to me-ish. Can we place you over here? No, we can't, but we can move it a little bit up there. Okay, let's end the deployment. They are actually going to come close to us, and we are going to see some shooting here, but not that much. You guys cannot attack down here. You can shoot down there. You can shoot on the knights too, though. You guys are going to take a shot here at these guys. That's going to be alright. I don't think you can scale these cliffs, so you might actually... Can you shoot? Oh, you can. Why is that now? I'll never understand these. Right, perfect though. It's going to be alright. You guys cannot shoot there. Only the directly adjacent ones. And you. No? Apparently you can. It's really, really weird who you can shoot and who you cannot shoot. I don't think knights can scale walls, so I don't think they actually can attack me. Or at least that's how I'm reading it. So since I cannot attack down here, they'll not be able to attack up there. So that means I can go over here and potentially even down there. But that should be a little bit redundant, isn't it? Yeah, let's simply move you there. We don't have any reinforcements. We're seeing some shooting here. But apparently we are back on track. Right, shoot. Shoot the knights. Shoot these guys. Okay, you could come forward like that. Doesn't make that much of a difference though. Can't attack down there, so I'm gonna keep it as like that. Okay, let's do move you on the flank there, and I want to get one of my swordsmen in here, where we're simply going to defend. And likewise, you guys are going to move up all the way over there. You can't shoot at the same turn then, so that's a wasted shot, but you can move up here. And yeah, the battle is going to continue next turn. Okay, so that's okay. That's going to be all right. What else? Idle Cities? Cliff City itself. You've built the... Jesus, look at that. So much construction. 3,000. Lovely. Perfect. Really nice. Okay, what else? You have the stability. We don't need to worry about that. Any of these things are going to be nice-ish to get some money, but it's really not going to be that crucial. So you are pretty much alright, aren't you? Yeah, I don't think we need that much. Some more food, of course, is going to be welcomed. And then I guess some money. We're just going to do it simply to get it out of the way. It really shouldn't take that long. Grain silos. Let's get some money. Let's just get all of these things out of the way. Right, and Edgeworth. Okay, you have built a nuclear submarine too. Now, I think you should very much get an airport, because you've got a port here, we've got a rail station. I want you to be able to ferry troops quickly, and down here we're actually going to get some things from that, so that's nice too. But you should actually also build an aerodrome. And up here it doesn't look too bad to me. It's sort of okay too, and then you can spawn land units. Air units, obviously. Some grain silos might be useful if we're going to place all of you guys over there. Come on, everyone just go on food. These guys are not earning their keep, by the way. They're only getting like 10 food, and they're probably consuming not quite 20, but something in that order of magnitude. Right, and getting these guys is not going to be a bad idea either. And then we're actually going to grab some of these guys here. We could actually get some tanks, but I do like this more. Like, what's not to like with an elephant with this thing on top? It's going to be fantastic. Right, you still are a little bit worrisome about traveling on the sea. Now you guys are fine over here. Let's move you up a little bit. Find out a little bit more of these lands. Yeah, there's a city down there which we can't move through though. Nuclear submarine. Let's do Sally into this location here just to clarify that fog of war, even though it's not that relevant. And can you in fact upgrade? No, you can't. Because we are not in our territory. Yeah, well, we are in your territory here, so I would actually like to get out of here. We don't need to fight another nuclear submarine. No, that's the one that we just moved. Just can move up a little bit further. Right. Speaking of, you guys can move all the way there. You guys moving here. Okay, that's nice. Good. What are we researching next? Composite armor, and then going into the exoskeletons. Which would be a very, very nasty surprise for these natives that are attacking us down here. No, sorry, not there. That's West Point. You guys are all doing fine, right? Yeah, you're just filling up the infrastructure that you didn't have. Overhill, you are constructing a lot of these industrial quarters. Always a good idea. Yeah, that's the one thing that we've been losing a little bit of track of. We do need a lot more food here, because food here is incredibly useful, so let's decree that up already. Stability is starting to look a little bit worrisome, so let's actually finally build an aqueduct. And then ultimately a playhouse too. Good.
This first airport will require a lot of land and will devour a lot of kerosene. One hopes it is worth it.
Composite armor. Nice. Right, so where's our first airport? Over there. Well, doesn't that look lovely? They are sending out planes. I don't know exactly where they're going because we don't have that many locations for planes. And they're building grain silos. So again, it's sort of mixing that vibe. Which I kind of think is funny. Right, Angel's Wings. Faithfully serve the bread basket. Overhill, really? A rich farmland, source of envy in other territories. I don't think so, but okay. So celebrating, more stability, that's nice. More food, but very little. Or more industry if not besieged. Honestly, I think the stability is going to be worthwhile. Because it was a little bit low, and I think it's good to increase that over time here at least. Some of these things need a lot of time to complete, like the hydroelectric dam in particular. Let's move it a little bit to the rear here. I think that's okay. Right, everyone move up. Let's look at our armies. Yeah, the nucleus up, you know what, let's get rid of that blank spot down there, and then you move up there. It's gonna be okay. Right, likewise. Do move up here, gentlemen. This knight, well, you really can't make your way there, can you? Well, let's just move down there. Sup, yeah, you guys go over here. Sup, you guys, I don't think you can technically still travel into enemy terrain. Whew. Now, who are you? You know what, I think I would like to open that battle. Let's do play it, because I really don't know how that is going to play out with our nuclear submarines against their forces. And we're going to deploy them over here, and then we'll end the deployment. Then we're going to see, what have they got? They've got a lot of cogs. And a lot of land-based units. So this is our first battle. We are not at war against these guys, but we still have the ability to battle it out in open water, so to say, whenever we are not... Okay, they are attacking us here. They've got a lot of ships. We do need to build up our submarine fleet. How many ships do they have? We're actually gonna draw the short end here. Ooh, that's not nice. They are much stronger. I mean, they've got the numbers. We do need to build up our army. We're gonna lose that unit here. Well, we can just like sink them. Nice. But they're gonna sink us. Yeah, there we go. That's it. That is a harsh defeat there. And we're immediately gonna ask for reparations here.
There is a penalty to be.
That's harsh. What about this fight though? Let's take a look. So I think they already attacked while we weren't botching here, but nevertheless, you guys can now shoot down there. Nearly kill off them, these guys. How about you? Can you shoot? Well, there's another enemy there, but I think it would be better if you were to shoot the guys who can actually scale the walls. And then you can shoot at them too. Nice. You guys can simply hunker down, honestly. You're gonna do the same. They're attacking us there. They're shooting up there. That should be okay because you should be able to finish them off. You're gonna be able to shoot there. Shoot there. Nice. Good. That doesn't leave that many units who can actually scale the walls. How can you shoot that far? I refuse to believe that that is legal. Yeah, at least we're slowly bleeding them dry. Right, what else? You guys... I mean, you can move into the English territory here, so let's do that. Yeah, you've also still got these sort of Gaelic units. Okay, you guys did explore over here. Let's try to send you back. Right. So, Newport, how are you coming along with this airport? I think while you're under siege, you're having some trouble building stuff. Now that's of course a bad thing. Can we get some relief here from North Cape? I mean, we do have a lot of luxury resources here. Shall we build an airport, I wonder? We do have silver, we could build some commercial zones here between the silver and the incense. It's not going to be immediately helpful, but maybe that's still the best choice to bring in some support units. Oh, I don't know. We did the APC. Notice we can still build the knights though, and the mortar. Okay, you're not. We're going to attach the citadel and this lake so that North City has all of this terrain up here. Now what we're going to do is we are going to build, where is it? The aerodrome on the banks of this lake. Like, I suppose, why not up here? Prioritize that. It's going to be done soon. And then we can actually build, I believe, Edgeworth. You guys should have an aerodrome, right? Yeah, you do have an aerodrome and you have an airport. So you can build bombers and monoplane fighters. Let's build us some bombers to support our new lands and potentially some other areas too. Right, you're going to start with that, then you're going to build all of the other things. That's okay. Right, I like that. Good, good, good. Right, and West Point, you guys are building these things. Okay. Stability is looking fine. All of these other things would be useful, but I do believe we do need a fleet of submarines here to actually beat the Zulu. And Kranzberg, honestly, I would like you to ultimately go into a similar direction. So to do that, I'll probably need you to continue building industrial quarters. Right, like so. To get more industry going and then serve as another armory down here. Yeah, I think that's good. Cliff City, you're still building miscellaneous stuff down here. Ultimately, we might want more food here too. So that's okay. What are we researching now? The exosuit. So that should give us a lot more combat power here in a short moment. So let's end the turn. Population gain, exosuit research, lovely. Aristar unlocked. New wonder can be claimed. All of that is pretty nice. Let's take a look here at the battle. So I think these guys are continuing to fire at us. We can fire at some of them, so that is okay too. I wonder whether there's any point where they would be getting sort of a debuff. Right. Okay, you guys do need to withdraw to here. Oh, we do have some reinforcements. That is lovely. Let's do bring you in, because I think... yeah, you should be particularly good against knights, right? So let's do finish off these knights. Look at them, how fast they are. And you barely took any damage there. That's cool too. Right, let's get another arquebusier here. Well, you can't shoot there, but you can move up here, and then from there you should be able to shoot a lot of them, right? Why can't you shoot that far? Okay, let's attack here. It did suffer a lot there. Can bring in the settlers too, and then finish off the knight. You're going to move up here, then you can maybe shoot at them later on. And we're going to also move you up and try to fire at them. They're firing at us, that's okay. Because now we should be able to fire at them from a lot of these points. There we go. Finally! We didn't lose any units, we did lose a lot of health. But they have lost... I don't actually know what that means, but... they've lost pretty much everyone. That is nice. You guys, you're gonna heal up until you're ready. You guys can continue to explore up there, that's fine. And then we do need to look at the technology. And look at that, we can actually get a lot of them for free immediately. For example, flintlock, I don't think we want any of that. We want to keep going with what we've got. So I suppose there are a couple of things here that are useful, right? For example, microbiology for more stability per population on all cities. Nice, I say. And then what else have we got? I think the best ones after that would be potentially free trade. More money per oil. We've got a lot of oil. But I think suburbs, mechanized harvesting, automation, renewable energy. These are the things that we need. Mass entertainment. And then ultimately into fighter jets, potentially via either rocket science or radar. Via radar into fighter jets. That's great. But that being said, with our exosuits, we have finally... How far can you guys move? Or is that just in combat? I don't know. That being said, we have another final of the technologies here, and we are blazing through with our fame here. So that is fantastic to see. So that being said, I hope you enjoyed. Do leave a like and everything, and I hope to see you around next time. Bye bye.